Get out in transition. That's an easier way to manipulate this Nebraska defense, and now you're not facing 4 or 5 jerseys. You had an advantage. Now can the Broncos get another stop here defensively?
Degenhardt with 18 points, 10 this half. Inside, Buyuktuncel. And you can... Jihad trying to drop it off inside, gets it right back off the deflection and missed.
See Buyuktuncel looking healthy. He dealt with that ankle late in the year, had a better game against Iowa, but it really struggled, and that's a great, certainly, the glass. Going to be a weakness now.
Inside, Buyuktuncel can't connect, gets his own miss and puts it back in. What'd you say about it? 3 for 22 in his last several games. Williams able to keep it alive off the miss to Buyuktuncel. And right now there's more of the tension than the excitement. Nebraska needs to get this crowd engaged in this game, because certainly there's a lot of red in here and they're ready to explode. Hoiberg, aggressive again, has it batted away. Here's Bryce Williams. Calling out for the screen. He'll go the opposite way to Wooster. Back out it goes. Buyuktuncel begging for it. The 3 falls. And get him a look. Still just 7 points on 3 for 11 shooting for the Big Ten's leading scorer. Here's Gary. Shot clock down to 10. Buyuktuncel inside. Count it. And the foul. Here's Williams driving inside. Buyuktuncel with the tip. And
to get his body completely square. That's a very difficult shot in traffic.
There's Williams. Buyuktuncel the 3. This game is tied at 42.
Because you don't have nearly as many left-handed players, but he has shown you when he's able to get to that left hand, he is going to make you pay. And at the beginning of the ball game, I thought that the Cornhuskers did a really good job of taking it away. The possession was going absolutely nowhere.
Until the freshman took it over. You can pen him into the Big Ten all-freshman team this year. Back it goes to Wooster. Kick into the corner. Buyuktuncel. The 3 rattles around and home.
The one at home against the Illini, and then going on the road, they did a great job defending. But I think that, who makes threes always is a factor, but the other guys, the role guys, you're getting good efforts from Morgan and Wooster and Hoiberg, and the same thing with Washington, Mason, Diallo stepping up, with the Stars to have a chance to win a game tonight.
Hoiberg back in the lineup today, making his 4th consecutive start. 3 right away and put through.
Buyuktuncel with the advantage here. Second effort, and he's able to get it through.
For the skip, they had the screen and the backside for the open 3. He just coming in. He hasn't played much. It's tough to step up and make that 3.
Buyuktuncel with the spin move in the left hand.
Got the mismatch.
Their struggles on offense have affected their defense. Usually it's the other way around. Usually when you're not doing well offensively or defensively, I don't know, offense, defense, whatever. They might be affecting you.
Buyuktuncel breaks through.
It's a pretty good transition to have somebody homegrown who wanted to come home, like Danny Busfood-Kelly.
It's just a perfect fit. Homegrown, successful head coach.
Buyuktuncel right off the bench. Shot clock to 15. Yakuchonis bumped by Gary. Ball not free. Turnover to Nebraska. Is Siegen will push it up the floor. Drops it off. Buyuktuncel in the corner for 3. That'll drop. White Bear Lake, Minnesota.
I like Jack Janicki. He's got a bright future. Sneaky athletic, loves to defend, doesn't mind getting physical. It's a nice compliment to what the Badgers are doing.
Buyuktuncel who set that screen. He'll try the back-to-back triples.
Yes, he can. And so you just have to play him straight up. You can't take anything away from him because he'll take advantage if you load up on the outside shot.
Buyuktuncel inside. Ooh. Nice athleticism. Fans will, of course, know Amon Green, who came through Central High School. Spent a lot of years with the Green Bay Packers. Well, he was the top scorer in the state of Nebraska as a senior in its largest class. Ended up at Colorado State, then Missouri, now.
Before the game, Quincy Pondexter put him through the paces. I mean, a harder workout than I've probably ever done in my life, and that was before he played a basketball game. The work ethic for young Wesley Yates has really shown up early in his career coming back from that foot injury. Buyuktuncel off the shot fake, drive into the rim, and an easy two. Williams, first shot, rims in and out. Offensive rebound, Buyuktuncel, and the Huskers caught out here, weaving the ball around. There's no need for that. 3-point game in Lincoln. Williams will pick it up. 15 seconds and counting. Taking some time now. They're working for a shot. Inside, Buyuktuncel is there. Gets two.
Rice from the top of the key. Rodney Rice, one of the better three-point shooters. Really big part of the transition for this team last year where they couldn't hit a three.
And that's something to watch for in this game. The Nebraska defense these last three has just gotten shelled from the three-point line. 49% from three. Little pin in for Rodney Rice. He drills it top of the key.
Okay, Buyuktuncel trying to get him going as well. Didn't score against Rutgers. He's got a three and a good look, and he drills it. He poured the finish. Now, they didn't get the lob on the last one. They got it down the floor. Nebraska needs an answer. Wooster. Nice find, and Buyuktuncel all alone.
Present you throughout the season. And even with Illinois, look at the way they responded. Lose at home to USC, they come back to Indiana and just blast the Hoosiers on the road.
Willis staying on the floor. 4 to shoot for Buyuktuncel. His second triple.
Guys, coaches more crazy. They're getting beat on a backdoor cut. That was a simple backdoor cut for a layup to start the game.
C.J. Cox, one of those guys I mentioned that moved into the lineup a few games ago, a true freshman from Massachusetts. Buyuktuncel, the UCLA transfer from downtown. 7 threes.
And Brandon, they're not hitting rim right now. Everything is straight through. These guys are dialed in from long range.
And you look up and Ho-Hum Braden Smith has 7 assists already.
Isn't that something?
Buyuktuncel on a good feed from Brian.
Just that there weren't a lot of fouls called.
And I thought the officials did a good job. Jeffrey Anderson, Doug Sermons, Kevin Brill, veteran crew.
Wally Wooster has not been effective on the offensive end.
Buyuktuncel, yes, second three of the game.
His second one tonight. Well, if Nebraska's going to hard head, that means if you move the basketball, there's going to be opportunities there. Great ball movement. You got Josh Dix in that corner ready to let it fly.
Buyuktuncel, they worked it around quickly, stressing and shoot around today. Crisp passes, patience will lead to an open shot. Well, the quick release on the three, and there's the
going to deny. Josh Dix an opportunity to back cut, takes it right to the rim.
Nebraska coming to Iowa City with those 6 consecutive wins, but they've been down most of this game. Buyuktuncel, nice 2. Nebraska pushing that lead to 5.
Good job by Buyuktuncel, just fronting that post.
Well, they're listening to us, Robbie. They're trying to get it to him. Now Buyuktuncel himself.
Whoa!
One to go. And on the other end, Mack has his pocket picked by Hoiberg's son again. Well, Sam's been heard from, hasn't he?
No question.
Buyuktuncel, Berke
as well. 1,000 points is always a huge accomplishment. So now
Now the 1-3-1 zone. You've seen the 2-3 matchup. Now the 1-3-1, a little bit more aggressive. And shot clock down to 5. Buyuktuncel on the baseline, fading away. Tough. There's Johnson, the 3 rattles off, no good. 0 for 11 from 3 in this first half for Southern. Huskers are 5 of 11 from 3. Esijan has 3 of those. Got a little trouble with the basketball here, and he'll give it to Wooster to settle it down. Buyuktuncel will try from deep, and he'll hit. Berke, Buyuktuncel with 5 and a 30.
And Oregon State probably go back to that Oregon game that they both played and think that they both should have had wins. Oregon and Dana Altman has had a great start to their year, but they were on the ropes against this Oregon State team, and then Portland was at the free throw line ready to ice the game.
Berke Buke somehow got that one up and in, and he leads Oregon State with 8. Berke Buyuktuncel tries the other corner, and another 3.
The river is where they filmed the movie. The river runs through it. They told me it was the nicest spring they've had in years, and I just needed a light jacket. It started snowing on my trip. I didn't do so well with that.
And now Travis DeCure leading
I want
that
Bryce Williams to shoot the ball here.
Montana program on that same tree.
Yeah, he's got to get to that middle third. He wanted the ball back there.
Here's Berke Buyuktuncel. 5 to shoot. Berke backing down. And Berke the scoop.
What a first half for him.
Connor Esijan. And the offensive rebound. Berke Buyuktuncel. Pass deflected. The hands of Gary Wright to Bryce Williams. Berke Buyuktuncel runs the floor.
Great job taking off defense to offense. I'd start Bryce Williams with the ball again and say, okay, go ahead and work him right back essentially that same position if you can.
Raleigh Wooster. Berke Buyuktuncel way out there. Banks it in! Bryce Williams 4 for 5 outside the arc, and the errant pass as Gitas Namiksha threw it away.
Some sloppy passing. For all the talk at halftime about being crisp and quicker with the passes, they have not been early in this second half, and they've gone to them early and often in this contest.
And the pull-up jumper rattles out for A.J. Ferguson, and here comes Raleigh Wooster for Nebraska. How much of that is the influence from Fred Hoiberg being in the NBA?
Well, I think you look for matchups that you can have success with. And
struggles continue for Murray State.
They're making them work, and they're contesting their shots. This is really good defense, and now the offense is starting to get.
Doesn't look like their shooting made it over the Pacific. Berke Buyuktuncel backing down. And with the left hand, Buyuktuncel
is looking to take him every time he gets a chance off the bounce.
Galloway, no. Cleared out by the UCLA transfer, Buyuktuncel.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is. And here he is. He can fill it up. Oh, boy.
Only on the defensive end, but on the offensive end as well. Nice cut.
Tried to throw it down to Tucker, but it went out to Hoiberg. It would have been a beautiful highlight reel dunk, but not to be. Gary trying to get it inside. Backing down Goody. 15-footer. Yes.
Fiddler with the pass to Jace Richardson. Xavier Booker, beg your pardon, for 3. That's off the mark.
Good job by Morgan. He's been a big lift off the bench. Was kind of his help and recover there. Excellent block out.
Here's Raleigh Wooster. The kick out to Buyuktuncel for 3.
Them by attacking the rim, taking advantage of 3-on-2 and 2-on-1s.
Juwan Gary will try from 3. Buyuktuncel there to finish it up with a 5.
If you're going to get one this shopping season, why pay retail when you get a wholesale?
Absolutely. Buyuktuncel spinning inside. The pivot gets 2. 15 to shoot for the Huskers. Wooster, baseline jumper, and the rebound and put back for Buyuktuncel. And an exhale from the folks in Lincoln. 5 to play.
I like this matchup. Gary and McAndrew. They'll go to work on the freshman with Kalkbrenner looming. Dumps it down to Buyuktuncel. Cut the 2.
Forcing the rule as written, that has to be addressed, and immediately so by the Rules Committee.
So it's a one-possession game as we start the second half. Buyuktuncel on the drive, and now it's a 1-point.
That's a tough catch.
3 to shoot for Wooster. Has to fire. Too strong. Contested ball. Gary tipped it to Buyuktuncel. Spins and scores. Stays in. Asijian from deep. Buyuktuncel put back. Yes.
And what happened?
To shoot, Buyuktuncel with 2, fadeaway baseline. Wooster against Ross. Off the glass, no. Buyuktuncel cleans it up.
He is explosive. Gary for 3. No, Berke there for the rebound, back up and in.
Yeah, good job by Jones freeing himself. Certainly one player that Nebraska has to do a better job of locating and running off that three-point line.
Griffiths in the lane to Buyuktuncel. Buyuktuncel, nifty little finish there. DU. Barbabe back the other way, and Williams swats that away. Kick out Williams, extra pass over to Gary, another extra pass. Buyuktuncel 3 on the way is good. Shooter.
Yeah, Nebraska did a nice job of running him off that three-point line. You know, certainly that's his strength. Forcing a shooter to take tough 2s sometimes is an advantage for the defense.
Buyuktuncel. Nice move and gets the finish.
You know, maybe have that skill set to be able to really teach the game and try to get players that next level. Chance for Nebraska to push it to 7. Now they got to get a stop.
Nice defense from Juwan Gary over to Buyuktuncel. Gets the roll.
You know, they're just being very physical with Nebraska's cutters, ball handlers.
Williams baseline jumper, no good. Loose ball inside. Berke back up and in. 65-59.
Great possession. Nebraska did a good job of running UT Rio Grande Valley off the three-point line. Davis uses a shot fake, creates space, knocks it in to cut it to 6.
Asijian, nice find to Berke. Nifty little finish there. A BK.
%.
Wooster's got 8 rebounds to go along with his 15 points.
Yeah, I really like the front line additions of, you know, Berke, Morgan, Mia. There you see